is from Biafra's Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their lives for us, those who died, that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The deed no longer them, military shots at them. 67 to 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memory still lives in our mind till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes, those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Tell them I got that day. Remember when me tell you say I got that day. Yeah, I remember that one that called us a Bruce Mero. But the way you go like a Papa Nuku. But then they were going to me tell you what I look pandi, what pandi Samiro. Me tell you what I day. For me the fall and the rest of man I tell you what I am. Me never give up. Me tell them
heroes, I want to promise you something today. We must fight together, no retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra. May your soul rest in peace.
I look up to the sky with tears in my eye. For other Biafrans and for freedom had to die. We will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in my heart, we'll never be apart. They fought for our freedom, they died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front, without food, without guns, for our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them, our heroes, we want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slain. Where will I be now if not them? They will remain indelible in my heart forever, 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 and ever, and ever, and ever.
We serve in your plantation, and the way you paid us back with your bloody starvation. We play in our history that the death of my people is a mystery. No going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bombed, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes, those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Where will I be now if not you? You died at Mali.
They were starved to death because of our freedom, and they paid the debt for our freedom. Flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in the heart, we bleeding inside, tears in the eyes, so I'm falling here.
This is for my fallen heroes. Give them motivation, people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not retire,
They paid the ultimate price. They died for me, for the freedom of my unborn child. We live for the legacy.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright. Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes.
flag in the air. Never be afraid. March on, cause we are more than conquerors. Yeah, you know what it is. We must revenge, and we must stand to represent who we are.
Fight on, brave boys, fight on, heroes of our fatherland. Pursue the enemy, harass him, destroy the invader. March on, brave boys, now that victory is in sight. March on and hasten the disintegration of the enemy already set in motion.
Fighting a war, knowing the difficulties, the odds against us, there is an element of fatalism, people feeling, well, if the world chooses to abandon us, then perhaps it is better we all perish. They don't ever consider a Biafra not free. They believe in either Biafra free or no Biafra at all. That means none of us living to see it.
I need Biafra freedom. We Biafrans, we need Biafra freedom. For this, I decided, even to die, that Biafra must have its own freedom.
I want us to work systematically towards the establishment of a good, progressive, and democratic society where all vestiges of privilege and social injustice will be abolished, and the rich contribute more for the welfare of the poor. If civil war comes, and I do think it is imminent, you're quite right, it will for us be the price of freedom. Our people here have for a long time been prepared for this eventuality, and I am confident of their readiness. I think that when it does come, that the people on the other side would be surprised as to what they're going to get. And I'm confident that it will not last long.
We'll surely come out as a nation because we're fighting a just cause. Even a little child on the street will tell you this. We shall never go back to Nigeria again. God's grace will surely emerge as a nation. And so, as far as this war continues, we'll fight to the last man.
This is what Biafra is, the end of the journey for a persecuted, massacred, pursued people. We have made all attempts at a democratic resolution of this crisis. I have offered open elections, plebiscite. I have offered just an open carte blanche suggestion, anybody who can find a democratic way of finding out the wishes of the people, let him suggest it and we will go for it.
Another Savior.
Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior.
Another Savior.
Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior.
Holy, holy.
If you do not believe in what we are doing, then you better get out. We're not going to stop. God knows we can never stop until Biafra is restored. We are peace-loving people. We abhor death and killing of another soul. It's in our nature, that's how we are. But because of that, they have been coming and killing us all these years. We've kept quiet. They've been killing and killing and killing quiet. We have a case at the ICC. We have a case at Africa Union. We have a case at what else again? Pending before the UN in New York. We've been to Geneva to tender our case. Before UN, till today, nothing. In fact, the more we complain to them, the more they come to abduct and rape our children, the more they come to kill us, the more they want to take over our land and our forests. And who told them that's going to be possible in our time? In a movement that I lead, you think you can come into our land and take it over? Oh dear. That means you don't know who we are.
Welcome. Thank you for joining. Like and share the program wherever you are. We are going to bring some updates. Some of the update that is coming from today's event. Every one of you know that today is the day for the protest of our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. The protest that was scheduled to happen today, it took place and it was a very great success. Many people were in attendance, and we have tried in our morning program to show some of the videos that we got, and we got some other videos that we're going to share this evening on the protest of our Prime Minister, and we will go to their media to give some update from the Nigerian media too. So I appreciate everyone that was made it on that very protest. So many Biafrans were able to make it to Finland, and we saw some other international representatives who were there. It was very, very interesting and amazing. So I congratulate every one of us who have made it a success. And I say, may Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every one of us. So we're going to go into some updates that we got. We'll share those updates that we got. Some of the videos we got, some of the videos are not clear, but we're going to try as much as possible to use them the way they are. You know, some people that brought the videos are not professionals. They are not very clear, but we will try to use it just to let people know what transpired. We must have seen videos from different angles, different corners, and we will continue to share more videos as they come. Wherever we get them from any angle, from any corner, where it is being shared, we will try to bring it up and so that others can be able to view and be part of it. It is important, and we will continue to do so until when we finally round it up. Tomorrow is going to be the beginning of the preparation of the case. And as tomorrow is the beginning, tomorrow there is not going to be a court sitting. It's going to be a day that the defense counsel and the prosecuting counsel are going to sit down together to organize and arrange how the court hearing is going to be. So from tomorrow, we are going to get the update of how the court hearing is going to be. So everyone should pay attention tomorrow. Let's see what the update is going to be. So meanwhile, let's look into these updates. After this intro, we'll go to the updates.
The Biafra reject the global conspiracy against the Biafra people. This woman uses media to demand the unconditional release of the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, Simon Ekpa, who the Finland authorities have held incommunicado for a long time. They say they are investigating, and it's been months up to now. No charge has been brought against the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. We hereby demand an immediate release, unconditional release of the Prime Minister and Simon Ekpa. The global conspiracy against the Biafrans is unacceptable. We will never accept it. It doesn't matter how they try to paint it, the whole world is watching it. And it is sad that the world is silent watching atrocities committed against the Biafran people. Simon Ekpa is only asking to be free from the people. He's only defending his own people, trying to save the innocent life. Free Simon Ekpa now.
Polygram. I'm illegally you a story about the one lady girl. Poly they go to work to Poly they work for bank. When I enter for motor, the driver they go. The driver they go. Opposite goodie. But they not behind the side. Along the school road. I see people run. I see people run. Then I say, brother, and I'm waiting they happen. And I'm waiting they happen. And I'm at the body boy. See no day for dog. See no day for dog. It's better you take your eye and see. Then I call the driver. Driver waiting. Driver waiting. This is the weekend one. This is the confusion one. This is too body brand. I'm illegally you a story.
So all over the world, we gather today for a very damn right. It's a very important event. And that event is to conduct a spiritual rally, basic, Simon Ekpa in Nigeria, much like everyone else, they something significant before they might happen. Then, those are people who was presenting money, who was sending money, who was giving assistance. That one day, so we are asking Finland to understand the facts of the matter. And if they do, they will reach one is an innocent man who died. Simon Ekpa, an innocent man who died. He gave everything to that. So today, that is the message we want to send to Finland and the international community. And to be sure, the International Freedom Coalition understands the importance of this day. And they sent 2 observers. I have John Rosamenta here, who is a counter-terrorism expert. With him is an associate agent. So the 2 of them are covered. They will rally with us to come out, and they will be in court with us tomorrow. Thank you very much. They can send message or something. Tony, everyone show love. We certainly thank you. Let us behind us and unite for a common cause. So I thank you all. At the right time, we will start working that out. And in the meantime, I will call upon God to come over here and address the affairs and the world. Thank you. Thank you. So thank you for having me and addressing on behalf of the it's found in the violence. We stand with the people of Biafra and Southeast in solidarity against the thuggish jihadists who have been murdering and torturing and have been subjecting the people to untold suffering. And the Nigerian government is required under the Nigerian Constitution to provide equal protection under law. The fact that the Nigerian military, the Nigerian government, does not stand behind its citizens in the Biafra is a travesty. And Mr. Simon Ekpa has been in the forefront of standing against this sort of tyranny. And the free speech is something that we cherish. And we should not be handing Mr. Ekpa over to a government in Nigeria that does not obey the rule of law, does not understand that it has to equally protect all of its citizens, and has instead chosen to protect a criminal, terrorist element led by the Sultan of Sokoto, who is the real ruler of Nigeria. So I think that Finland be executing somebody's rights and trying to undermine the rule of law. And their national law says that you have a right to self-determination and freedom of speech. So, Mr. Ekpa has been exercising freedom of speech and has been standing, against the oppression by the Nigerian government. And I call on the Finnish government to not send him back to Nigeria, where he will not face any sort of due process of law. And it is not a crime to stand for one's people, again, when they're being tortured and held to an illegal and unjust standard. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. Thanks for coming. We're happy to see you. Thanks for coming. I'm Dominica. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. It's going to be a very glorious day. As you can see, our representative from the White House, from the state, from the United States of America, the international, International Freedom Coalition. Oh my word! International Freedom Coalition is here all the way from America. This is great. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Don't be shy. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we're going back now to the market center. Then we get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow is when the big day begins. We are now at the government house, the local government house, where Simon Ekpa used to work. Sometimes this is a city, so we came here. We marched from the market center to the government house to deliver our message before the hearing starts tomorrow. Biafrans are doing great. They are doing great. They are really representing And we still got our visitors from the US sent by the International Freedom Coalition Group. It's amazing. The sun is fully out. Heaven is shining on us, as you can see. Oh my God. Nigeria has sent 9,000 pages. That is all going to crash down by the mighty name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Because they know we are fighting a just cause. It's going to be fully defended. We are just fighting for our freedom. Nigeria is a failed state. Biafra must rise. This is our time. Nothing can stop us. Biafra has to be This is the government house where we're standing. We march from the market center to the government house. Biafra is standing strong. Simon Ekpa must be free. He's a freedom fighter. Nigeria, bribe Finland, eventually prison. And the world knows now what is happening. And he must come out of prison. Nothing stops his release. The God of Jacob is with us. We are united in this fight. We are united. All for one and one for all. You preach against a private action. Don't take it because of anything I did. So we're going back now to the market center. Now we get ready for tomorrow. Now we're going to be again. You see the police accompanying us all the way. Very peaceful. You can hear the music. United. One voice. Together. We march into Biafra. We're going around the town now, from the market to the government office, and now we're going towards the rail station, utilizing our time. You can see the policeman making sure we're okay, all well organized. More people are joining us. Amazing day. PM is very happy. It's amazing how many people travel far and wide from all corner of the earth to support him. We love you, our Prime Minister, and your people love you too. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Biafra owns the town of Lati today, whether they like it or not. Today is Biafra's day in the town of Lati. We are making noise, good noise for freedom, for the freedom of Biafra. Biafra must be free.
Yes, that's it.
Just waiting to cross the road. Some members have already crossed. Amazing day. Amazing day, amazing day. Our representatives from the International Coalition, International Freedom Coalition is still with us, and everything is moving on fine. Amazing, amazing. PM Simon Ekpa must be free. Amazing, amazing. Oh my God. I'm so happy many people came. Amazing day, and the weather is so nice. So nice. It's like a blessed day for us to show our solidarity for our Prime Minister. Yes, so PM Simon Ekpa when I'm mad. PM Simon Ekpa when I'm mad. Tell you, PM Simon Ekpa when I'm mad. Amazing. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Thank you.
That was amazing. A very beautiful performance by Biafrans in Finland. We are adequately represented on the protest, and the Finnish authority, we know that Simon Ekpa is not alone. The Biafrans are with him. So it is a thing of joy. I appreciate everyone that participated in this very program, everyone that participated in this very protest. In any way you participate, either you are there in person or you're sharing the information, you are part of those sharing the information, and make sure the world attention is drawn to that case is important. One of the most important things we do is to share the information. Let the attention of the world be drawn to this very issue. It is very important. And the only way we can draw the attention of the world is by you joining to share the information. Share it and let it go viral. Share in all platforms. Share to family and friends. Anyone you can share to, make sure you share it so that it can get to them. Very important. Very important. That is how to create awareness. There is no other way we can create awareness except by sharing. When you share it, everyone will get the information, including those who doesn't want to hear it, will hear. And when the whole world is focusing on that case, there is no way the right of Master Simon Ekpa not respected. All we are asking is that his rights must be respected. That's all we're asking. We're not asking for any special treatment. Let the rule of law be followed. Adequate fair hearing. Adequate fair hearing. That is what we're asking for. The same way we are asking for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And as we speak, there are still people who are advocating for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in the United States of America and also in Nigeria. So we want to give some update also from the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Those who are advocating for him in the United States, they are doing their best. And for Mazen Simon Ekpa, Biafrans are doing their best in Finland. It is very interesting and very important. So let us see what those in the United States are doing on the side of Mazen Nandekano. It is very important. Our leaders must be free. This August is going to be a miraculous month for all of us.
Fellow Americans, lovers of freedom, champions of human rights, our mission is to advocate for the political vulnerable and persecuted around the world. My name is Evans Wongbo, and I'm the chairman of this organization. This man is being held in Nigeria against all legal and court order that has said otherwise. What happens on the other part of the globe cannot and must not be ignored. We have one world and we have one globe. We must not ignore justice and injustice anywhere it happens. All the lovers of freedom, champions of human rights must not and cannot ignore injustice anywhere. Nigeria has turned into a dark nation. It's not the same place that I grew up. And ladies and gentlemen, you cannot drive darkness away with darkness. You can only do so with light. We're gathered here today to advocate and ask all the lovers of freedom and champions of human rights to be the light that drives away this darkness in the country by doing the right thing, releasing this innocent man, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who have called the Mandela of our era.
Then one more, I am the Secretary of Ambassador Determination, a human rights advocate here in the United States. Our mission today is to call for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are calling on the Nigerian government to listen to the cry of the people. Men and women all over the world that have extended a hand of friendship to Nigeria in respect of their democracy to ask for release of this man. He should not die in prison. We have watched the whole thing from the beginning, followed the judicial process. So now here we are. Now I'm asking Nigeria to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for the right reasons. Do not release him because the United States says. Do not release him because Britain, members of the British colonies, no. Do not release him because Biafran people are protesting all over the world, calling for the immediate release of Mr. Kanu. He too has it. That died as a result of this struggle for freedom. He has cried out to people, to Nigerians, to pay attention to this injustice because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is here. He is sick and needed medical attention. He's been denied of the proper medical attention. He's been starved. He's been denied access to his attorneys, especially those from outside Nigeria. When will it end? It is called justice and the rule of law. This justice and the rule of law is not just for the rich and famous. All men both great and small, as advocates of human rights and members of an ambassador for self-determination. We believe that currently Nigeria is at a crossroads. And we all know what that is. Nigeria must choose between good and evil. Choose between righteousness and unrighteousness. They must choose between freedom for all men, irrespective of tribe, religion, and your political affiliation, versus oppression and mental slavery of our citizens. People are subjected to chronic poverty, no job, no freedom, and it's become the order of the day. Fundamentally violate human rights. That's why Master African is in prison today. We are not here to be confrontational. We are not here to intimidate or to insult. Though we are here to appeal to the conscience of those in leadership in Nigeria. To please with this Master African. Why? Because you can do it. Don't wait for tomorrow. You can do it today. You have a chance to join the global community. The journey for justice for all men. You can show the world logical, demonstrable proof that our man is not
My name is W. Bruce Lavalle, and I am an international lawyer and a civil litigator, international civil litigator, and a constitutional lawyer. I am pleased and honored to be counsel for Ambassadors of Self-Determination. I am equally pleased and honored to be here today. He's remarkably similar to Nelson Mandela in that his charismatic approach to securing freedom for his people, advocating for peace, and advocating for self-determination. So Nnamdi Kanu is a leader of the Igbo people. And in that regard, as I said, he is remarkably like Nelson Mandela. Nnamdi Kanu is our opportunity to get it right. So if you have some hesitation about supporting Nnamdi Kanu, because there's been some talk of him being a terrorist and the IPOB being a terrorist, that's simply not true. But I'm here to submit to you, even more important, Nelson Mandela was considered a terrorist. As a matter of fact, Nelson Mandela was not removed from the United States list of terrorists until he was 89 years old. And I believe it was 2009, when he was almost dead. As we've said, evidence has come to light that not only is Nnamdi Kanu jailed, and let's just make sure what we're talking about is crystal clear. Here is a man that's a political leader, a peace-loving political leader that wants freedom for his people, wants his people to no longer be subjected to apartheid-like discrimination and genocide, and he's jailed because of that. He's sitting in jail as we speak today. And I would really be delighted, and my job would be done, if a great number of you said, why haven't I heard about this before? Why isn't everyone talking about this? Why is this something that seems to only concern the Igbo? Why don't we know about this injustice? Because I submit to you, there is no greater injustice right now on this planet than the continued unlawful incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu. Now, it's easy to say unlawful, and I'm a lawyer, and I often say it, but in this case, we have not one, not two, but three separate panels, judicial panels, that have said his arrest, his rendition, and his continued incarceration are absolutely illegal. Not because it's not a good idea, not because we don't like it, not because he's the leader of our people or the leader of the people that we favor. The Nigerian courts applying Nigerian law made that determination not once, but twice. You have two court judgments, it's so obvious, that said he must be released immediately. He must be returned to his place of citizenship, which is Britain, and he must be paid $1 billion or 500,000 NAR, depending on the court. The United Nations has looked at this case and determined that there are rampant, gross human rights violations, and they demand the immediate release. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu represents, just as Nelson Mandela represented his people, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu represents over 50% more people, 42 million as opposed to 28 million. So how can we not move mountains, do everything in our power possible as human beings to free Nnamdi Kanu? It's fundamental, basic Nigerian law. And that has been disregarded because Nigerian law has been utilized by the courts twice to say, release Nnamdi Kanu. Again, let's make sure we understand he's in jail solely because of his political beliefs. He's caged solely because of his ethnicity, and solely because of what he represents, which is freedom. Freedom from oppression, genocide, and freedom from apartheid-like discrimination. UN determination. They found directly, not obliquely, not as a recommendation, but a direct speaking voice that the UN seldom if ever takes, almost never takes, that there was a violation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's human rights because he was detained arbitrarily and without law. He was detained without process. He was detained without the right to use his counsel. And he was unlawfully kidnapped and secreted to a secret location. He was disappeared. He was all of the horrors that you can imagine that a nation could do short of actually killing him, which would be genocide, all at once. Nnamdi Kanu has languished in the darkness and the silence of far too long. We call for someone, anyone or Congress as a whole, to stand up and say enough's enough, free Nnamdi Kanu. So when this message gets out to the members of the United States Congress, I submit that those that want to strike a blow for freedom and also preserve their name for posterity, this would be a good start. So I think we have reason for hope. Without hope, everyone gives up. So I'm here to tell you there's hope. Finally, the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is of paramount importance in beginning the process of remedying religious and ethnic persecution in Nigeria. It's a bigger issue than that. The call free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a call for human rights and obedience to the rule of law and good government that must be made from throughout the globe and heard in the movement. 50 million plus, 60 million plus Igbo worldwide will cherish the day of Kanu's freedom, and the world will celebrate, much as it celebrated the release of Nelson Mandela. And we can all be part of that. The courts of Nigeria have spoken, the United Nations have spoken. Now is the time for the American people and Congress to speak, and the world to speak, to lend their voices, to condemn Nigeria's action, and to encourage them to do what is required of them in compliance with the rule of law and international human rights. If the United States is responsible in any measure for causing the release of Nnamdi Kanu, the world, West Africa, Africa, and the world will see and celebrate the United States as the beacon of human rights, freedom, and liberty, and the rule of law that it always has been, that we always imagine ourselves to be, and we aspire to be. Simple act, one man, one voice, one statement. We can attain those great benefits and that sense of accomplishment.
This is a long journey that I do believe deep in my heart that the end is near. Martin Luther King said that in the end is not the words of the enemy that hurts. Rather, it is the silence of friends that's supposed to speak truth And darkness cannot drive away darkness. Only light can do that. So on behalf of ambassadors for self-determination, I'm calling on all people in diaspora. You are the future. You are the hope. Be the light. I'm calling on U.S. Congress and the senators to be the light. Because injustice anywhere left unaddressed will eventually become injustice everywhere. I also appeal to my brothers and sisters, the African Americans. We are cut from the same cloth. We just arrived here differently. Do not forget from where you come. And this is the time to rise up. Speak up. Do not be silent. And be the light. Because if we collectively can do that, Mazi won't be sweet again.
That was a very amazing presentation. It's a very amazing presentation, and you can see the battle for our leaders is going on different areas, on different angles. And wherever you are, there is something you can do. You can see the battle going on everywhere in the United States. It's even going on also in Nigeria, going on in Finland. We just played the Finland protest, which was a very massive success. And you just had the ambassadors of self-determination in the United States making waves, all to the freedom of our leaders. And this is very important. So we will continue to share informations, and wherever you are, all you need to do is to pay attention. There is a role that every one of us have to play. Every one of us have a role to play. All you need to do is to do your own part. I will do my own part. At the end of the day, justice will be served. We are not asking for any pity because we know what we are doing. We are not asking for any favor because we know that Mazen Nandekano has not committed any crime. We are not asking for any special treatment because we know that our leader, Mazen Nandekano, is an innocent person. So all we are asking is that the rule of law should be obeyed. Why is it difficult for the rule of law to be obeyed? Wherever you are as a Biafran, you have a role to play. Speak up on your own, whichever country you are. Speak up for our leaders. Mazen Nandekano, Mazen Simon Ekpa. Make a case for them where you are. Make a case for them. That is what we are supposed to be doing. Very soon, the case of Mazen Simon Ekpa, the arrangement is going to start from tomorrow. From tomorrow, the prosecuting counsel and the defense counsel are going to meet to fix the modality of the case. So by tomorrow, we're going to get information on how the case is going to be organized, and when we are going to, hopefully we are going to be seeing the court section on the 10th. But from tomorrow, other things will take place, and we'll be giving you update as we get informations. So let us listen to this very information also from their conventional media, and let's see where it concerns us, because no matter what you say, no matter what you think, we are still under Nigeria. Nigeria is still occupying our land. So whatever happens there affects us. So let's hear from their media and see what they have.
Now, hundreds of residents of Afaruku and the state have staged a peaceful protest demanding the immediate release of the IPOB leader. The demonstrators marched through the community chanting solidarity songs and calling on the federal government and Southeast governors to intervene. Well, Kanu, who was sentenced to life imprisonment by Justice James Omotosho on terrorism-related charges, is currently challenging his conviction at the Court of Appeal. His supporters and some community leaders continue to push for a political solution to the matter, arguing that resolving the case will help restore stability across the Southeast. Meanwhile, Kanu's family has insisted that he should not be moved from the Sokoto Pastoral Center to Abuja unless such a transfer is is ordered by court. The decision to remand or transfer him to the Sokoto Custodial Center, alleging itself on the grounds of being challenged in his appeal, alleging that the circumstances surrounding the order create an appearance of judicial bias, with protests now emerging alongside the new calls for political intervention. The issue raises questions about whether Kanu's case should be resolved strictly through the courts or whether the federal government should consider a political solution while the appeal is ongoing. What we have in the studio here to help us make sense of this Prince Francis Chilaga. He is a political affairs and public affairs analyst. Beside him, we also have Mr. Elvis Elim Hele. Elvis is a political affairs analyst, he's also a journalist. And from our Oka outstation, we've been joined by Sir Chuka Nakufe, he's a public affairs analyst. We'll be joined in the course of the program by Chima Williams. He's a legal practitioner, human rights activist, and political affairs commentator. He will join us from our Benin outstation. Gentlemen, good morning and thanks for being part of the show. Good morning. The Prince, good to see you. Let me come to you straight. Now, the people of Afaru, where Nnamdi Kanu comes from, he's a prince just like you in Afaru. And the people are saying, well, let our son go. You are trying him on terror-related charges, terrorism-related charges. In the first place, we also had a court that said IPOB is not a terrorist organization. And so, after the trial, the justice, James Omotusho, sentenced him to life imprisonment, and he was transferred to the sector. Now the people are saying, let our son go. Let's have their broad reaction to this. This protest, as you react, do you think that this protest will have any impact on the federal government? You know, on the federal government, because Nigerians are also calling for a political solution to that problem.
I have always opted for political solution, even before the whole court process started. But then things have got to now. Asking for his immediate release, we have to also understand that there's a process. For me, I think the protest is not a welcome development. Rather, what people should be saying is that he has come for appeal. Let us follow the appeal to the end. Let it be that at the end of the day, all legal options have been exhausted. Because now it's a legal battle. It's no longer an issue of saying, no, release him. He would have been released before now if the government was ready for a political solution. But the thing has come beyond political solution. It has become a judicial issue. And so we should allow, that process as well to run its course. So I personally don't see
when the trial was ongoing, people were also calling for political solution. Will it have been possible then in the course of the trial?
That is when it was impossible.
Okay.
Not now. Not now.
No, but the president also had the power of clemency.
Well, you and I know that the law holding Nnamdi Kanu, or the way Nnamdi Kanu's case went, has not been the way other people's cases have gone. This is a country where we hear de-radicalization. Are we not saying that Nnamdi Kanu is not entitled to be radicalized? Are we saying that he has no option for repentance? So when you apply one law to one set of people, you must apply it across the board. So I think that is where people should focus on. To say, good, people have been arrested. They have confessed to killing others. Some have even confessed to chasing people away from their ancestral homes and forcing them to live in IDP camps. And what has government done to some of them? Oh, they have repented. Because the government suddenly became a religious institution that grants repentance. They have repented, and you reintegrate them, and you bring them back. You reabsorb them. So why don't they met out the same treatment to the African?
All right, so thank you very much. And Elvis, do you think that you recall that at some point last year, when election were went to Aba and also organize a protest for the release of Nnamdi. Now, if you have to take off from, one has to take off from the premise that the prince established
well, looks like there are different laws for different sets of people. But could it be the reason why in the show already people of Faruku have said, well, let's see who can do a little pressure on the government to release this law. I mean, if people have killed fellow Nigerians, who have killed fellow Nigerians are being rehabilitated because they have been radicalized, why can't you also apply the same thing to this young man, especially when, I mean, the organization is clearly not a violent one. A court of law in Nigeria said, well, they are not terrorist organization. It's not a terrorist organization. But the government keeps treating it differently. How do you react to this? The pressure coming from the Afro people and the Omoy election record, does it look like trying to look for a police who's Mr. Koro, I'm quite not comfortable with this Kafaru, yes. I would have even been much more comfortable when Chiwore came in last time. How I wish he was able to bring this kind of support from these people. Then, and how many of these protests were carried out by people when he was still there? What we have seen more of this, so that this could lead to a political solution. Political solution would have been easier. Now, the judicial system has actually come in and it's gotten the sentence, and now there's an appeal ongoing. What we should be looking at after all these judicial processes are done with, maybe the president can, out of his magnanimity, come in and say, okay, I'm granting him clemency. That's what we should be looking at. And that has to do with everybody that most of the who is so in the eastern part of Nigeria politically, who to be able to support and also speak to the president on this matter. Because if you look at Nnamdi Kanu's case, it's a case like it's sold out by from home. Most of the political bigwigs in the southeast in support of him. So even when Nigerians were calling for Nnamdi Kanu's release and Nigerians were even protesting in Abuja and all that, we see most of the big politicians in the southeast, going the other way around. They've never been, too sincere to the call of Nnamdi Kanu's release. They have always been on their own matter. So I think it's people that came out for this protest to find a way to subpedal on this, let the appeal take its course. Then after that, then more of this cannot be through dialogue with the government and using their political bigwigs from the southeast to see if the government can grant him clemency. I think that's my own opinion on this.
But why has the southeast leaders and other political leaders struggled to find a solution to all of this?
Yeah, it's selfish reasons, Jay. Many of them feel that Nnamdi Kanu has much more popularity than them, and when he's released, their own political struggle is swallowed up. Politicians, they always look ahead. They don't like somebody who is at the same token, with popularity program with them. They see that Nnamdi Kanu has more people. How many politicians from the South genuinely can actually, prove to the Southerners that they are actually for them? They are not really there. They only come and start releasing the data from APC's government, data that do not correlate with people's survival. So that's because they believe that this man is popular. If he comes out, he will completely be swallowed. Nobody will look at our outside. That's why they've not been really sincere, dialoguing with the president to see whether we can find solution to Nnamdi Kanu's release. So it is on selfish ground. That's why they are evading it.
All right. But I'm taking let's go to Hong Kong where we have Chuka Nabife joining the conversation. Good morning to you. We'd like to establish communication with you first so we understand that you can hear us and we can get into. Great. Now, the protest, yes, clearly now. The protest around the transfer of Nnamdi Kanu from one center to another, one prison to another. How much impact do you think this will make? And what's your stance? Do you support the
the stance of one of our student guests that's of the opinion that the leaders in the Southeast themselves are not in support of the release of the young man. That's Mazi Namika. What are your thoughts?
I heard Elvis and what he said about the politicians in the Southeast not supporting and I don't think that is the fact. There are those who support him, there are those who don't do that. But as per support, it all depends on who and who he wants to identify as the leaders. But I have it on clear authority that there were those who, not they are aware, there are those who regularly deal with him. They were with him even before he was sentenced to life imprisonment, and they are still with him. The only thing is, the question should have been on the flip side. Does Nandekano support the leaders of the Southeast? That's another angle to the question. But maybe Elvis can provide answer from his perception.
But you might just help us provide answers because you are in the Southeast now. So we'd like you to help us provide answers to that one.
Yes, I can provide answers to the extent that is to the level of information that you yourself also have. But when I say it, you will also corroborate or dismiss it. Nandekano had about 2 or 3 meetings, well publicized, with governors and leaders of Southeast. The late Ben Mwambeze also facilitated the meeting. He also had meetings with Governor Soludo several. He had meetings with the late Ifeanyi Ubah. All the facts of these meetings were publicized. In fact, in most of the elections we had, particularly gubernatorial elections, almost everybody will tell you what he had done and how he had met Nandekano. Can anybody tell me what Nandekano had done or has done to support the directions of the governors too? Because it is a two-way thing. Respect is reciprocal. He's also a leader. He leads a great majority of people that across several states, even beyond the southeast. So what has he done to corroborate what those people who are also meeting him, even if they are using it for political purpose?
Sachuka, I hate to butt in at this moment, but just permit me to do that. These meetings that you talked about, with those meetings, were they held while he was being held or before he was incarcerated? I like to understand that, to help me frame my next question.
Because he was held, the meeting before he was held behind bars, he had meetings with governors of Southeast when Governor Dave Umahi, was still the governor of the South of the State and the leader of the Southeast Governors Forum. And in fact, that one was the explosive of the meeting, because in that meeting he derided, chided, and upgraded his Nandekano, the leaders. Right there in the governors, in front of judges. Okay. It was published.
All right, Sachuka, I asked that question because I asked that question because we also got information.
The reply to your question.
Go ahead.
The ones that were held while it was held, the meetings he had with Ifeanyi Ubah, the meetings he had at the same meeting he had with Governor Chukwuma Soludo were all when he was held. You understand?
Okay.
I wouldn't know. Don't think
some of these meetings, the content or the outcome of those meetings were not publicized. Well, I asked the question because we also got information that there are certain people, political leaders, who saunter into Aso Rock, well, say, President, please, we are Igbo leaders, release this young man for us. We are ready to guarantee his safety and that if you release him, there will be peace in the southeast. We also heard that these same people go back at night and say, please, don't release this young man because if you release him, there will be more trouble in the southeast. And so, probably that is why some people say that Igbo leaders were clearly not involved. Some of the people that you mentioned their names, that held meetings with him, were also fingered in probably arrangements that were made to extradite him. No, I'm looking for that, to rendition him from Kenya. So it's a different call, for different people. The question generality of people are asking, generality of Nigerians are asking, what efforts have been? Okay, let me not say political leaders, because if you say political leaders, it's an aggregate. The sitting governors of the Southeast, what have they done particularly to ensure that Nnamdi Kanu is released? Because at some point we heard Soludo say, well, if you release him, I do not guarantee peace in the Southeast. You heard him say that. And so does it look like Chukwuma Soludo is happy that he's behind the bars? And if he had said, I cannot guarantee peace if you release him, does it now portend that Nnamdi Kanu is the cause of the crisis in the Southeast?
Thank you. One thing with reportage is you may choose the extract you would cite. You would have noticed that what I'm trying to tell you, Juba, is that this angle of saying South is supportive or not is not comfortable to any reasoning person, not to me. The issue is Nnamdi Kanu is being held as a prisoner of conscience, my expression. What you even cited about Soludo is actually, I wouldn't use the word skewed, but it is actually one flip side. Because in the context that he said it is that even if that the security situation has so degenerated in the southeast that even it's the southeasterners against the southeasterners, that if he doubts if even the release of Nnamdi Kanu would actually be the panacea. Here, mind you should have cited Soludo on the earlier statement after he visited Ikuma Soludo for asking the president to release him to him. He said that if you don't know where he can be, somebody who can keep him, and whenever the state wants, they can access him, that they should release him to him, Soludo. Let's be fair to some people. And even to David Nayabari, senator, he undertook to shorten his bail. He also has asked for a release of the man to him.
I think I also cited that instance that some Igbo leaders had said that, sorry, Sir Chuka, I also cited that instance that some Igbo leaders had said, well, release this young man to us, that we guarantee that, he's going to be of good behavior. But we are talking about people who say one thing at a turn and say a different thing and in another breath. That seems to be the confusion. And so why is it that the Southeast leaders, are not unified in saying, let this young man go? That's a big question.
Why should it be, let me ask you a question, as a person with conscience, why should it be an issue of Southeast leaders? Why don't we talk about Nigerians? If you are not comfortable with somebody being held on a ground that you don't find comfortable, why don't you say, even if you are able or not?
Well, that speaks to Sachuka. That speaks to our fault lines. That speaks to our fault lines. When Sunday Igboho was in detention, I can't recall on Isaiah or Southeast leaders say, "Well, release this young man." Maybe they did.
It's an organization. You are talking of individuals. Chuka is an individual. Chuka Nabife here is an individual. Chuma, you are an Igbo.
You are an individual. If you found something and say it, somebody should be comfortable enough to say you said this. The issue is that when this situation gets distorted and construed as the contest versus another contest, they begin to talk of Igbo. Nandi Kanu may be Igbo by nativity. But what we are talking about is he a prisoner of conscience or a prisoner of crime? Is it a situation that other Nigerians like Shore and Co could work on and ask for?
Sachuka, this is not a debate. Sachuka, this is not a okay. Sachuka, this is not a debate. I'm happy that you mentioned Omoyele Shore himself. He's not of Igbo expression. You know, he's from the southwest. But Adebanjo, the nationalist that died in his early 90s or so, also said releasing Nnamdi Kanu. I mean, the young man has not committed any crime. He's not Igbo. People from the north also said that. I decided a few people from the north that said, let this young man go. So it goes beyond the southeast. But what we are discussing here is the political leaders of the southeast. Because we also know that at some point, if you talk about certain people that were held in detention, people of the governors from that region, had to rally around, mobilize and say, well, let this young man go. That's exactly what we are interrogating in this case. Now, strike off, do you think that this pressure, from the people of Afaro is going to change anything, on the side of the government?
That's exactly what I wanted to reply to, because you said it in your first question.
I don't think that can hear.
No contest. It has been spelled out. It's on life sentence. It's only if the appeal goes to achieve something in the appellate court. But politically, because if you elevate this situation to what it is, prisoner of conscience, remember, this is the 10th time I'm using that expression. That is what they want to establish. And these people, even the questions that you are asking about these people, you should have, I like what else is said earlier, that his people in Afar, in Umahia, Abia State, would have started this agitation before. But you can argue for them that some people didn't want it to look partisan. You will be surprised that when we do this, when people begin to sit at home and security, one of the safest places, not that it's totally same as at that time, was his native place, Umaya, and the Faruku area. There wasn't as much issues there as there are in, say, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu. You understand? But it's still the whole thing. If they wake up now to make as they are doing this protest, provided it's peaceful, it can, mind you, there's a build-up to a general election next week. So, if you are looking for a political direction or a political solution, and you take a political route like that, but it needs to be given some teeth anyway. If you take a political route, you can say you can cut the ice. But if you are talking about the whole judicial process, it rests on that appellate court. Both of them can even, at some time, come together to get a solution.
All right, thank you very much, Chuka Nabife. Let's go to Benin, where we have Chima Williams, who is a lawyer. Chima, welcome to the conversation. We're running out of time, but it's good to have you. It's good to have you. Let's get it from the legal perspective now. We understand that Kanu is appealing. There's an appeal. Then the transfer. Help us understand the transfer from one prison to another, and how this protest, if and how this protest will make a difference. Your broad thoughts on this one, then we'll wrap up this conversation.
All right, thank you so much, my brother. This is a very interesting conversation because I will discuss issue of transfer, from my own experience, I was once in custody myself, just in circumstances close to the Nnamdi Kanu situation, only that was as the student leader. You cannot, by protest or by appeal, transfer a detainee from one correctional center or from one institution to the other, because that also will create some dangerous position that anything could happen in between, because no authority will be held responsible. So the request for a proper pronouncement by the court for the transfer of Nnamdi Kanu from Sokoto prison to any other correctional institution is in the right order. And on his detention, I like to agree with my brother, Chuma, who has said that Nnamdi Kanu is a prisoner of conscience. And as such, there are various mechanisms that prisoners of conscience cases could be treated. It may behove on the courts to take positions like the appellate court, where Nnamdi Kanu has lodged an appeal to decide otherwise, as against the lower court's direction that kept him in prison. The court can decide free Nnamdi Kanu or continue to detain him or maybe reduce the sentence, whichever way the appellate court sees fit. But also, as a case of a prisoner of conscience, it can also be handled politically if those at the ends of affair see it as a fit for purpose, situation to politically offer him clemency and pardon and ask for direct for his release. These are things that will be done. But outside of that, I will think that yes, protest is good, which is to draw attention to the fact that Nnamdi Kanu is still in custody, which is a known fact to everybody. Okay, so it is good to continue to put that political pressure, if you like, because the demonstration, as I watched it online, was very, very peaceful. It was not attacking anybody. It was not violent, and there was only one message: release our son to us. Which is something that is, yes, under a democratic setting or even civilian coup, under which we have, because we do not yet in Nigeria practice correct democracy in its full meaning. So, what they are doing, they have the right under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
All right, thank you
to
very
organize
much.
themselves, and then to protest legitimately and within the ambit of the law.
Thank you very much, Chuma Williams. This will be a good place to drop in. Thank you. Let's move on to another conversation. The Senegal faces scrutiny over alleged 900 billion naira funds, borrowing, and spending. Let's look at this. Well, this is an allocation. Let's look at this right after this break.
And Elvis, to you, do you think that you recall that at some point last year, when we election were going to Aba and also organize a protest for the release of that? Now, if you have to take off from, if one has to take off from the premise that Prince established, well, it looks like there are different laws for different sets of people. And could it be the reason why avoid the show already? People of Afaruku have said, well, let's see if we can create a little pressure on the government to release this document. I mean,
killed fellow Nigerians, who have killed fellow Nigerians, are being rehabilitated because they have been radicalized. Why can't you also apply the same thing to this young man, especially when, the organization is clearly not a violent one. A court of law in Nigeria said, well, they are not terrorist organizations. It's not a terrorist organization. But the government keeps treating it differently. How do you react to this? The pressure coming from the Biafra people and the Omo election will come. Does it look like trying to look for a political solution to this problem? Mr. Koro, I am quite comfortable with even these people of Farouk. Kafaru, yes. I would have even been much more comfortable when Shore came last time. How I wish he was able to get this kind of support from these people then. And how many of these protests were carried out by these people when it was still detention, when the trial were going on? What we have seen more of this, so that this could lead to a political solution. Political solution would have been easier. Now the judicial system has actually come in and it's gotten the sentence. Now there is an appeal ongoing. What we should be looking at after all these judicial processes are done with, maybe the president can, out of his magnanimity, come in and say, we are granting clemency. That's what we should be looking at. And that has to do with everybody that most of the who is so in the eastern part of Nigeria politically, who to be able to support and also speak to the president on this matter. Because if you look at Nnamdi Kanu's case, it's a case like he's sold out by from home. Most of the political bigwigs in the southeast are in support of him. So even when Nigerians were calling for Nnamdi Kanu's release and Nigerians were even protesting in Abuja and all that, we see most of the big politicians in the southeast, going the other way around. They've never been, too sincere to the call of Nnamdi Kanu's release. They have always been on their own matter. So I think his people that came out for this protest to find a way to subpedal on this, let the appeal take its course. Then after that, then more of this cannot be through dialogue with the government and using their political bigwigs from the southeast. We'll see if the government can grant him clemency. I think that's my own opinion on this.
But why has the southeast leaders, other political leaders, struggled to find a solution to all of this?
Yeah, it's selfish reasons. Okay, many of them feel that Nnamdi Kanu has much more popularity than them, and when he's released, their own political struggle is swallowed up. Politicians, they always look ahead. They don't like somebody who is at the same token, popularity token with them. They see that Nnamdi Kanu has more people. How many politicians from the South genuinely can actually, prove to the Southeasterners that they are actually for them? They are not really there. They only come and start releasing data from APC's government, data that do not correlate with people's means of survival. So that because they believe that this man is popular, if he comes out, he will completely be swallowed. Nobody will look at our outside. That's why they not be really sincere, dialoguing with the president to see whether we can find solution to Nnamdi Kanu's release. So it is on selfish ground. That's why they are evading it.
Will the Biafra reject global conspiracy against the Biafra people? This moment we use this media to demand unconditional release of the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, Simon Ekpa, who the Finland authority have held incommunicado for long time. They say they are investigating, and it's been months up to now. No charge has been brought against the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. We hereby demand immediate release, unconditional release of the Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. The global conspiracy conspiracy against the Biafrans is unacceptable. We will never accept it. It doesn't matter how you try to paint it, the whole world is watching. And it is sad that the world is watching and prosecutions committed against the Biafran people. Mazi Simon Ekpa is only asking for the freedom of the people. He's only defending his own people, trying to save the innocent life. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa now.
This is my weekend one. This is my confusion one. This is too body brand. I'm in the USA. About the one lady girl. Funny they go to work. Funny they work for bank. When I enter for motor. Wherever they go. Wherever they go. Opposite booty. But they're not behind the side. How long do you road? I see people run. I see people run. Then I say, and I'm waiting they happen. And I'm waiting they happen. And I'm at the body by. See no day for talk. See no day for talk. It's better you take your eyes. Then I call the driver. Driver waiting. Driver waiting. This is my weekend one. This is my confusion one. This is too body brand. I'm in the USA. About the one lady girl. Funny they go to work. Funny they work for bank. When I enter for motor. Wherever they go. Wherever they go. Opposite booty. But they're not behind the side. How long do you road? I see people run. I see people run. Then I say,
This is from Biafra's Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their lives for us, those who died, that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The deed no wrong with them, military shots at them. 67 to 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memory still lives in our mind till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Tell them I started there. Remember when me tell you say I started there. Yeah, I remember that what I called as a Bruce Mero. But the way you go like a papa nuku. I want to promise you something today. We must fight together, no retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra. May your soul rest in peace.
I look up to the sky with tears in my eye. For other Biafrans and for freedom had to die. We will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in my heart, forever be a part. They fought for our freedom. They died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front. Without food, without guns. For our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them, our heroes. We want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slay. Where will I be now if not then? They will remain indelible in my heart forever, 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 and never, and never, and never.
We serve in your plantation, and the way you paid us back with your bloody starvation. We bled in our history, that the death of my people is a mystery. No going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bombed, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes, those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Where will I be now? If not you, you died at Mali.
They were starved to death because of our freedom, and they paid the debt for our freedom. Flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in our heart, we bleeding inside, tears in the eyes of our fallen heroes.
This is for my fallen heroes. Give them motivation, people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not retire,
They paid the ultimate price. They died for the freedom of unborn child. We live for the legacy.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright. Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Yeah, put the flag in the air. Never be afraid. March on, cause we are more than conquerors. Yeah, you know what it is.
I'm looking at myself in
We
the
must
mirror.
revenge, and we must stand to represent